right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. It is showtime once again. It is the Nigerian Pro League Season 8. It is a rain split and it is the league day, the last league day. Top 16 teams will advance to the Super Weekend, where they will vie in to see if they can get into that rain split final directly, the top 4 teams over the Super Weekend. But until we get there, let's cruise through here. Let's see how yesterday's games went. 4 games were played yesterday, and the leaderboard shows you Tribe Warriors leading the charge, 55 points to the good. Ecstasy chasing behind in 40 with 42 points in second place. Dark Knights in third with 41. Neon Rising in fourth with 35. AOD in fifth with 32. Arab T in sixth with Arab T in sixth with 27. Three Ground Esports with 22 in seventh place, and Vortex in eighth place with 20. Afro Esports with 17 in ninth place. Foul Play 10th with 16. Ragnar with 14 in 11th. Vanguard in 12th with 13. The Pro Fleets also in the top 16 with 12 points as well. Dream Team, Luick also, and Harsh Esports all in the top 16. DS1, 4 portions, Club of Bowlers, and Unsullied Army at the bottom 4. We'll take a look at the MVPs as we saw them line up in those games yesterday. Amar leading the charge, 13 eliminations, almost 3,000 in damage points. Top C chasing him, but he's got a ways to go when it comes to those eliminations, those damage points rather, but he is leading elimination. I think if he can, scrap right through and get maybe up to 20, 25, I think he should be fine. But, under those cuts and joins, we have Erangel, Miramar, Sanhok, and they will close the day out in Erangel. A lot of action, as we have seen most teams here. They know what they need to do. They cannot afford to remain in the bottom 4. They will not play in the Super Weekend this week, and that means what? Survival. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it is the NPL. We are back again. And it is week 2 now. And that is the goal here. Everybody's looking for a way through. Everybody's looking for a way to get over the next man. And who's going to get over the next man? These are the questions. Who will answer? But it's really been a very good turnout, for the players. They've done an amazing job of putting in work, and applying some bits of pressure. But now, how far can they take it? And how much better can they get? Playing path is quite solid from the south all the way down to the north. Style, but those teams that do love to play out from the south position, this could be theirs. This could work in their favor. People are plastered in the chat. And we're going to see predictions in the chat already for game number 1. And who is going to take game number 1? These are the questions. Parachutes in the air. Wave him like you just don't care. And you already know. You already know. Big shifts, big shifts. You already know the big shifts. Ooh, well, who's going to come out on top here, though? It's going to be very interesting to see, for real. Could be anybody's game here. Could be anybody's game. Eyes on those bottom teams, if you ask me. Eyes on them. Big eyes on them. And take a look at that. More of the same, please. Club of Bowlers in military base yet again. Trying to spar off with Neon Rising. Could be trading off. Vix immediately getting knocked. Oh, Vix actually getting the drop on Wizard. Could this be a change? Could this be something different from COB? Could all of their years of consistently applying pressure and losing out to Neon Rising. Could that work into something? Ooh, Zaza is going to try to lock this on. That's a beautiful grenade, but I think Baby saw that one coming through, and he's just going to circle back again. Vix will toss yet another one, but unfortunately does not connect. Neon Rising will be back up to full strength. Zaza, low on utilities there. Could try out the windows, but there's a chance he might be getting dropped off. Neon Rising, though, this could be a very good start for them. Vortex already trying to pack Ragnar in. And Alucard will be the one to follow suit as well. And they're 2 down. Remember, yesterday Ragnar did win the first Erangel game. They did get the chicken dinner, but since then it's been pretty much downhill. If that could work into something. But we are about to see if they will maintain that. Francis unfortunately will not. He goes back. Oh, Baby gets caught out in the open, and this time he might not be getting picked up. COB now, they smell blood in the water. And Neon Rising on the back foot for the first time, and this could be something different. Trying to pack it in. Final boss goes out as well. Oh, COB could turn this down, but no. Wizard says no. Wizard goes for 3. 3 bodies in the air now for Neon Rising. And Wizard has conjured some dark spells here with that shotgun. Vix might be going for it. He might be going for it, but actually going for the pickup here. This could be something special. Wow. An X could be a victim. Another grenade into the back ends. And now they will try again for 2. Wizard, absolutely incredible. If COB could smell blood in the water here, they might want to commend for this. Progs is getting his HP back up. And this could have gone so many different ways. But COB have to capitalize on this. They cannot allow Neon Rising to get back up to full strength. And this is really never give up. Vix goes down again. Now it's 2 versus 1. And X goes down. X will not be giving it to them somehow. COB may have just lost this. Final boss is coming for it. And that will be the game. COB crippled by Neon Rising again. It looked like they could have had it, but Wizard will conjure the spells to save them. And what a finish that was. Neon Rising will not be stopped by COB in this life or the next. What a start to the last day of the league stages. What a start to the game. Absolute cinema. Big cuts here. And that is a very incredible way to kick off the game. It looks like foul play and AOD have started to trade off here. A8 is going to be knocked away here. Sure odds, trying to circle back, a little bit more pressure. Azrael gets the knock on PlayStation 4, and then they will be trade one for the other. Bison against Bison, but Jay goes down. PlayStation 2 trying to circle back again, and he gets caught out by PlayStation 0 and PlayStation 2. They did manage to hold it down. AOD. I think they have done enough for first half into the. I think they have done enough to get themselves inside of that top half, you know. But we're about to see if that will be the case. A lot of pressure on the likes of Afro Esports here because sitting in a very, very touchable position. Between them and Harsh Esports, it's only 8 points. It is only 8 points between them and Harsh Esports. It is only 8 points. And that could be something here in the pressure points that they've got so far, but it's not too far away. The prothletes are looking very comfortable. Good rotation pattern coming through for them. If they can find a way to play in from that northern side, we saw the play zone and the playing path, and it could have been something for them going forward. But eyes will be on the prize regardless. They will try again to make something happen out of this. They're currently sitting in 13th. It looks like Tribe Warriors are in some serious turmoil here. Lons getting caught out by Vanguard Vanity and 22K Boogie are putting the screws to them, and it looks like they want a piece of this. It looks like they want to commit, but Vanity immediately goes down to a dastardly grenade from Surgery. And Vanguard could be in trouble here. Surgery trying to go for it, and he does get the finish again. Back into the corner as well to pack it through. Couple more shots with the S12K from 22K Boogie, but he can't seem to connect. Surgery's trying to get his HP back up. He has cover from Touch. Can he make it through there? Pressure's on. Again, he's taking hits. Had no idea that the doors were opened. And the floodgates will soon been in with that AUG up onto the hillside. And Vanguard could be in trouble here. Tribe Warriors, they could just turn this around. There's a knock into the corner. A grenade could be bounced off the walls here and could cause something. Vanquish can't seem to circle back, and Top C with a grenade for the ages. And Vanguard absolutely crippled as well. Touch with a beautiful position in an off angle there to provide that much needed cover. And Torrid could only stare. All he could do was stare. And I believe they've spotted him, and they will be pulling up in the 2 versus 1. Torrid, can he cook? Wow, didn't even get a shot off. Did not even get a shot off. And that will be the end of Vanguard. Again, they are sitting in a very precarious spot as well. Prothletes, Dream Team, Lewick, Harsh Sports, DS1, Four Potions, all of these teams have a big opportunity to turn this around. It's a good start. It's a very good start for Tribe Warriors. 4 eliminations to the good, continuously extending that gap between them and Ecstasy and Dark Knights, and also Neon Rising. But Neon Rising looking very good here. They could turn this around and get into that top 3. Only takes a couple more eliminations. That could be the pressure in them talking, but right now, just outside of Gatkar, the airdrop is fully functional, fully promoted, and fully prepared. Looks like Dark Knights have started to set their sights on to foul play here. PlayStation 2 getting knocked away. PlayStation 0 is going to try this out again. And he's absolutely hammered by Abubakar. There's going to be two short odds left, and I don't think he wants to commit. He doesn't. He gets out of dodge, and DS1 now running into ecstasy. And Beggar's going to trade that one off as well to follow through. Malik Barika to follow back into the lobby. He goes. Now trying to circle back. And there's only so much he can do there. Beggar will be glad to close that one down. Next to see have started the hunting games. And they are enjoying this. Enjoying this comfortably. Amar looking for more bodies to add to his tally. DS1 down to 1. And that will be 3. That will be 3 bodies for ecstasy. Four portions. Probably not liking their position. Could be something that they would ideologically turn around here, but Dream Team on the other side, trying to hold out Corey for themselves. But right now, pressure is on the front foot. 3 Crown Esports on the receiving end here. Looks like Louis gets the angle. Devil gets knocked away here. This is not the best call right now for 3 Crown Esports. It looks like Quilla wants to commit. Could work out for them if Quilla can find a way to breach from the ground floor. He spotted. What is he doing? Wow, not sure what that was. But okay. I mean, yo, it's gonna be something interesting if 3 County Sports actually don't qualify to the Super Weekend, because they don't have that many points. You know, they don't have that many points ahead of the rest of the other teams beneath them, though. But the play zone has shifted towards the western side. They have shifted to the other side. Playing on that western corner. Baby's grenade could be working something here. Neon Rising actually getting a drop on Great. And they will be looking to get more. Baby's trying to spin it through. Manages to dodge the exception, but 4 portions are in the piece as well. And Sergi gets the drop, but immediately tries to close down. But Prothles will be stopped dead in their tracks there by 4 portions as well. 4 portions starting to rake the numbers up. And that will be 2 eliminations. Aimbots on the front foot and the front lines. Neon Rising will be cut down to 3. That will not be stopping them at all. Four portions a little bit more delirious. A little more critical than one would like, but again, it works. And it looks like they might want to commit to this assault on Neon Rising, but it's going to be a very difficult assault. It's more about filling the intel. Roman spotted immediately, almost getting dropped off, but he manages to duck undercover for the most part. And the grenades are traded off. Another one will bite the dust. But too far out, doesn't connect. They will try again. 4 portions here. It's a 3 versus 3. This could go either ways. Wizard is all to the corner as well. And that guy falls to the side. Again, fighting on the edge here. Constant a lot, but trade-off is good. Ace will get final boss knocked away here. This could be the opening that 4 portions are looking for. A grenade flies over the top. Roma still looking for a way through. And they have the low ground. This will not work for Neon Rising. There's too much pressure onto the other side. It looks like Dream Team will sink their teeth into ecstasy. The Storm will circle back as well and get another drop. Yeah, they're not making out of this one, man. They are not making out. I don't know what the idea behind this was. The grenades will come. The grenades will come, and that will be the end. Neon Rising go out. I'm not sure what the plan was there, man. I have no idea what the plan was there, but Neon Rising will go out. And AOD, RFT, the opportunity to add things up. We are down to 15 teams, 42 players alive. And all teams looking for a way inside. RFT looking very comfortable that edge of the circle. Tribe Warriors as well, the southwest. And it looks like Unsullied Army could be running into them relatively very quickly. Top C with the fast break grenade over the top, and that will be interesting spot here. Trap has actually found himself in a very, very, very conspicuous position. This is something special for Dark Knights. He can cause so much damage from this position. And I'm pretty sure the opposition will be trying to understand what is going on there. Harsh Esports have been playing this a little bit slower than one would like, because they are sitting outside of the top 16 right now. But DS1 will continue to stay out of the top 16. And now Harsh Esports have the opportunity to get into the top 16. Federal gets knocked away by Storm. And Unsullied Army on the receiving end here. Afro Esports setting their own sights onto the guys from 4 portions. 4 portions have catapulted into the top 16. Harsh Esports and Unsullied Army, the only 2 teams that have a mountain to climb here. And Federal will go down. Dream Team trying to make quick work of the rest of the lobby here. They're up to 3 eliminations already. Ecstasy have lost 2. Danny Brown and Amar. And Trader and Bego, the last 2 left. Looking to see how far they can carry Ecstasy. And looking to see how far they can get into the circle without getting blown to smithereens. But Trader will find himself a little shack to play out of. And Roman and Aimbots will find themselves back into the lobby as well. 4 portions go out and maintain 15th position. Harsh Esports have an opportunity to turn this around as well. AOD they will be going out. The first manager 2 eliminations, but RFT could have something about this one going forward. They could trade it out. Vortex, Afro Esports as well. All of these teams have grounds to cover. Goal is to secure as many points as you can. Super Weekend is fast approaching, the last Super Weekend of the league stages. The Trader is having the time of his life in the shack there. I believe Becker could keep the pressure off. They are trying to pack it in. Ooh, Toxic almost getting tossed aside. The Dark Knights trying their absolute best to keep their numbers up. And I believe they should be able to up onto that northern side again. But it could work. Tribe Warriors continuously dealing with all the pressure here. All eyes on the prize. All eyes going forward. Arab T, can they circle back? Afro Esports now also finding their rhythm. Here they are trying to deal with Ecstasy, grenade from Neo. He tries to pack it in immediately as well. He's 1 HP, immediately gets burned by the MG3. Trader is there to close that down. There's two bodies now caught in the open. Another spray. Ronu gets immediately peppered. One after the other, they start to go down. Afro Esports fighting out in the middle of the scenery. And 4864 will go down as well. Unsullied Army losing out one after the other. Ragnar trying to circle back again. Ronu's in the open. Hashi Sports fighting for their lives. Ragnar go out with one. And that will be an open space. Arab T, they're doing everything perfectly here. And Atarado peeked out a little bit too long and gets instantly punished. Hashi Sports still yet to secure any eliminations, but the placements can come. And Unsullied Army go out as well. No points secured. Arab T on the front foot, trying to circle in and hold the lines here. And they do have some smoke barriers to work for them. They will need all the smoke grenades they can get because Dark Knights are west of their position. Skills has to keep the pressure off the rest of his team. But I believe they can make something out of this. They can make this work. All they have to do is keep the pressure off. It is too hard. It is too close. It is too close. And Chris falls down. Hashi Sports continue to mount on. Again, trying to get blown away there. Pride Boy spotted, almost getting swept into the lobby. And Chris follows suit. He's best blown away as well. 911. Emergency. He goes down as well. Hashi Sports is down to Monkey. Swing to every single position. She's trying to hold this on. Dream Team are on a rampage. And they are trying to keep that position open. Dark trying to make this in. Top C sways to the right hand side. And here comes Monkey. And she will be stopped by Top C immediately. Tribe Warriors continue to hold on. And now it is the turn for Dream Team. They lose out. Storm as well to follow through. Top C trying to hold on the central position. Surgery has been knocked away. Top C left. The last one left. Chasing the MVP. Next peeks out. Gets punished by Top C. 6 eliminations to the good. Ecstasy go out as well. Grenade after grenade here. And Top C gets burned by Peter. Dream Team. 9 eliminations, and they will not be stopping at all. Tribe Warriors go out, but they did bag 10. And they are getting locked out. They are getting burned. Dark Knights not stopping at all. Dream Team to the front of the line here. It's a 3 versus 3. Dream Team have a little bit more of the play zone than Dark Knights would like. And this could be something here. Peter already utilizing the smoke grenades here. If they do it perfectly, they could get into the zone before anything can transpire here. Jaw, Peter, sad. The Super Weekend awaits for them. They were denied last week, but they will not be denied this time. And the plays are already starting to get made. Was very close. Abubakar almost getting swept off his feet, but he manages to get behind cover just in time. But again, it's not enough. They need to make that play. They need to find a way into the zone. Dream Team also need to find a way into the zone. It's all about the smoke grenades now. And the rotations are already coming through. Peter trying to circle back again. Finds a good spot. You know me. Getting dropped. Abubakar, the spray from Peter. No bueno. Doesn't connect. Abubakar's exposed. And he gets punished as well. Dark Knight's in trouble. Peter tries to circle into the left-hand side and he almost gets run over again. And another spray. And the MG3 will come in clutch. But a grenade over the top side from Dark Knights, can they hold on? Dream Team have them on the ropes now. Another grenade over the top side, but he's moving a little bit closer. You know me, gets burned away by the Molotov cocktail, and he hunts back again. Trap with the MG3s, a big danger. The MVP now for Dark Knights. Can he close this down? The Molotov just in front, spins it to the right, and that comes Dark Knight again, but Dream Team will take the chicken dinner, well deserved, unstoppable, and that is the Dream Team that we all know. Perfectly executed. Dream Team will put some distance between them and some of the opposition, and they have done it in exquisite fashion. Storm had 4 eliminations, Sad with 3, Peter with 1, and Jar with 4 as well. That is a performance and a half from Dream Team. And they did exactly what they needed to do. They put in the work. They learned about how their opponents were moving, and they adapted relatively very quickly. 70 eliminations on the horizon here, and it is a big one. 72 knocks to follow through, 8k in heals. I mean, that tells you all you need to know. There's a lot of healing going on. There's a lot of healing going down, a lot of bodies getting called. 19, basically 2,000 damage points for Dream Team, and 1,500 for Tribe Warriors. Both of these teams sharing the spoils of war. And a little bit more than one would like to admit. You know, the points are within parameters, though. And it's something that they would try to close out from. But the MVP is Trap still, even if the team did not win. He was the front man. 800 plus in damage points, 461 heals. I mean, this guy was constantly getting shot up, constantly getting healed out. But he continued. He did not stop. Continued to mount the pressure, and he did an amazing job. Topsy is still in the mix here. 5 eliminations in this game as well. 600 plus in damage points. Storm with 4 eliminations and 600 damage points. Trader with 4 and 596. For Ecstasy, basically 600 as well. And Sad from Dream Team, 700. Storm and Sad once again finally catching the rhythm, finally turning up the heat, and it is absolutely well deserved for Dream Team, you know. $22 points on the good for Dream Team, 15 for Tribe Warriors. Dark Knights also with 15, Ecstasy with 8, Vortex also with 8, Arab T with 6, Neon Rising also with 6, 4 Potions with 5, Afro Esports, Foul Play sharing 4 apiece. Luik with 3, Harsh Esports with 2, AOD in 13th with 2 as well. Vanguard, Ragnar sharing 1 apiece. Prothletes, DS1, Club of Bowlers, 3 Crown Esports, and on Solid Army. No points on the board for any of these teams. And now, Topsy is in front. 20 eliminations to follow through. Amar is chasing behind now with 14 eliminations, 6 away. And Amar has 3,100 in damage points. Trap is also in the mix, 13 eliminations. Crusader is also there with 13. And Luns from Tribe Warriors is also there. So we've got 2 players from Tribe Warriors inside of the top 5. That tells you how dominant this team is. 70 points to the good Dark Knights in second place with 56. Ecstasy have been pushed down to third with 50. Neon Rising maintained the top 4 with 41. AOD also there with 34. Dream Team now Chicken Dinner brings them up into the top 6. RT also with 33. Vortex in 8th place with 28. 3 Crown Esports in 9th with 22. And for Esports in 10th with 21. On the other side of the table, Foul Play, Ragnar, Vanguard, Luik with 4 portions and Prothly sitting quite nicely in the top 16. But now there's more work to be done. 16 teams currently sitting in an interesting position, but it's not over yet. Can they stay in the top 16? We'll find out right after the break. The MPL continues. Um, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Nigerian Pro League. I'm so sorry. My production team is so unprofessional. I do apologize for them. They're very unprofessional guys. But interesting game we had last time. Dream Team standing on business. We saw how incredible they are, and we saw what they could do, and they stood 10 toes down. Can they do more of the same? Miramar is up next, and everybody's eyes gonna be on maintaining and getting that chicken dinner. Who is going to do it? I think Dream Team have done just well enough to, keep themselves in the top 16 for the most part. But other teams are still looking for a way through to get themselves inside of that super weekend. Teams like CUB, Growth Leads, Four Portions, all of them, they have to find a way through. They have to do better. Will they do better? El Chapo is back in the mix for Four Portions. And this is the turnout that we have all been looking out for. This is the bigger teams. The bigger teams on the broader horizon. And they have done much better though. The playing path, not the best, but easily not the worst. Coming out from that northern cut again. Don't forget, guys, to share, to like the stream and share, and move it into the cut so you can get. But man, I mean, diving off a bird, that is pretty cool. There's so many things I'm I love about like PUBG Mobile right now. I mean, using skateboards. Some people even dive out of car skins. But off a bird is crazy, man. That is so cool. Off a bird, yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. I wonder if other games would adopt to that. I know Fortnite has something like that. Fortnite has some of the craziest entrances into the game that I've seen though. It craziest ones I've seen, I ain't gonna lie. Craziest ones I've seen. But the show must go on. So everybody is sitting up nicely inside of the circle. Vanity in that northern side. Again, Vanity, Vanguard in a very good spot. Can they hold it though? Prothletes in the southwest, where probably the southeast or east. That is a very, very hard position to come out of and make rotations out of, because when you're choosing a landing position, you always have to figure out, what teams am I most likely to deal with in the earlier stages of the game if I'm one of the teams that's going to sit back and not make early rotations, because you fall into two categories. You're either a team that sits deep, plays a little bit closer to the zone. Like I said, Pro Athletes were in trouble already. DS1 already licking their lips. Ned gets knocked away. Sergi's follow through. DS1, but Great is there to shut it down. Luxy gets knocked away. and he gets flushed with the quickness. That was very, very dangerously close for Pro Leads, but Great is there to save the day with the Vector. And the rest of the guys from DS1, unfortunately, are not in the vicinity. You know? So it's one of the things, like I said earlier, you just got to know for sure, the kind of team you are, what, and play to your strength. If you are one of those teams that loves to, hang out in the blue, play a little steep, play a little deep to see how far you can get away with it. But then you also have to factor in the kinds of teams that are going to be in that position. You know, once you start making out your rotations, who are you most likely going to run into? DS1, I knew they were never going to let this one go. Owing to the fact that they discovered that it's Protheus. And again, if they do eliminate Protheus here, this is going to be a big, big shift on whatever is going on and that bottom half of the leaderboard. But then Protheus are situated quite comfortably. Marika has a good spot onto the high ground position there. He can find Ned. And he does find Ned. Yeah, I saw that coming. He finds Ned. It's like he's on fire. Managed to circle back again. Protheus, can they defend this? Can they hold this down? Ned been knocked away. Relax into the corner as well. He's trying to get his HP back up. The DBS tried to swap it through, but the AKM was better. Relax. We'll tell him to relax. And Trigger is there trying to get an off angle here. This could be something special. And Marika, surely he has to press. You have to press. You got to press. And COB will go down to Dark Knights again, relatively very quickly. First, back into the lobby. Why did you not press? Why is he turning around? Why? You knew you had that guy 1 HP. You knew. Why not press? Yeah, he's not even making it out of here. So the point of running is lost on me. He's not. There's no way he makes it out of here against DS1. The moment he revs up that vehicle's engine, he's gonna be spotted. Oh, so lucky. So lucky. So lucky. If it was any other team, the moment that vehicle's engine revs, he is slapped immediately. But he should have pressed. You sprayed, you knew that your shots connected, it was 1 HP. You press. At least get a flush. At least. Now there's no plan anymore. You gotta do what you can playing as a solo at this early in the game. It's so difficult. It's so hard playing as a solo this early in the game. Tribal Warriors, they do struggle in Miramar though. I've taken note of that. I don't think they've won any Miramars. Okay, I think they've won one over the Super Weekend last week, but I don't think they've won any other one since then. Ecstasy and Vortex. Okay, what is that? I've been seeing this a lot, I've been seeing this a lot. These two teams have been locking in a lot more there. Bego against Nick trying to circle back again. And Bego gets knocked away. We'll be getting flushed. But that is the beauty of Ecstasy. If you knock Bego, you better make sure you can flush. And Danny Brown with the Winchester trying to take the wind out their sails. But Ecstasy have two players knocked away, actually. Amar and Bego. Trader's trying to hold this off. A grenade here. But Danny Brown surely has to. He surely has. What is Danny Brown doing, bro? What is he doing? Bego goes down again. Trader's 1 HP. If they can do something here again, Trader takes yet another hit. Danny Brown, what are you doing, dog? What is he doing? He's got a UMP. Why a Winchester? Why a Winchester? Jeez. And now it will hurt. Bego trying to circle back. Yeah, that was Danny Brown. That was all Danny Brown, man. That was all Danny Brown. That was really all Danny Brown there. I can't even lie. That was all him. That was all Danny Brown's fault. A Winchester, come on now. You are not doing edits for TikTok. You are not a TikToker. You are not doing farming clips. You are not LeBron James. You are not Tyrese Halliburton. You are not. And now Vortex survived this. 3 Crown Esports, they smell blood in the water. They might want a piece of this action as well. Rogue's gonna think about this one again to circle back and find a way through. Good grenade to seal that through, but a Molotov could be the opening. is a pressure. Oh wow, hacking it in, hacking it in. Couldn't even get a shot off. And that is the end of the road. Three Crown Esports. Yeah, they can feel it now. They can feel it in their loins. They can feel it in their loins. Three eliminations. This could be their game. This could be a Three Crown Esports game if everything goes according to plan here. Well, Neon Rising are not taking their foot off the gas. DS1, the next victims. Again, a lot of teams need to learn how to play, like positional. They just need to play, positionally. Putting yourself in the right position is not necessarily always going to be about the mechanics or gun skill or anything like that. You just got to put yourselves into very, very proactive positions. And Neon Rising is one of the best teams at doing that. They just know how to get the job done. Relax, will take a hit as well. DS1 getting forced to stay outside of the top 16 yet again. Three eliminations. They try their best, tied on points with Harsh Esports, but again, still like 3 points away. Will they be able to find those points that will get them? Man, that's pretty some special. It's pretty some special. The Three Crown Esports. They are looking for a way through, looking for a way in. And the play zone has shrunk a little further, that northern side. And like I said, Vanguard, they were looking very good in their position. Looking very, very good. Yeah, they're looking very good on northern side. If you can play from the north, you're gonna enjoy Miramar a lot. You're gonna enjoy Miramar a lot if you can play out from there. Outside of DS1 and COB, can Harsh Esports overtake Pro Fleets and get themselves inside of the top 16? Someone said probably no bullets. Nah, Danny Brown had bullets there. I saw him. He had 35 rounds. He had 35 rounds. I saw he had 35 rounds in the chamber. He had 35 rounds in the chamber, and he was using a Winchester, which is the same caliber as a UMP. So you are not gonna tell me that one. Nah, he had 35 rounds. Pretty sure he did. But a little bit of a consistency here. A little bit, just a little bit just a little bit of consistency. Well, consistency makes the world go round. Afro Esports, one of the strongest teams in. I wouldn't even say one of the strongest team in Miramar. You know, although they've not been looking very good of late, but I think they are more inclined to when the zone doesn't stress them out, they usually win games. When the zone doesn't stress them out. I mean, I'm loving their split. It's a very good split. If they can hold it, though, if they can hold it, I think they will be able to get a lot of eliminations out of this. Good sideline position. Vanguard as well with the same idea. They might be running to Lewick. Yeah, Sicario just up north. Vanny is taking a couple of hits there, but he did manage one elimination. If Lewick can keep their cool here, the Vanquish will have to circle back as well. Charges the grenade, can't seem to find the angles. Yeah. Not enough intel. Sicario spotted, but don't really see much coming out of this. I mean, if Luik have the right idea, this could turn out into something else. Looks like that's Neon Rising up on the horizon. And 22k Boogie will knock Rezas straight off. Unsullied Army on the receiving end yet again. This time at the expense, or rather at the behest of Neon Rising. Sicario pulling up just in time to get his teammate back up. But Vanquish is taking hits as well. Also going to be forced out of making that play. Again, that is the advantage of pressure. Vanity with a drop and a flush. Rezas goes back into the lobby. Lewick, slowly but surely, they are dwindling down. They are falling out of the top 16. No points secured so far. Two bodies left. Again, this top 16 could be anybody. Anybody could take it away, man. Anybody. It could be anybody's game, bro. Could be anybody's game, really. It could really could be anyone's game here. Well, Tribe Warriors, an opportunity for them to extend even farther. This has to be easily the most consistent performance I've seen. The Reign Split Finals is going to be some special. Is going to be something special for Tribe Warriors. You know, but Neon Rising have also found their footing as well, giving themselves a little bit of distance. Remember, the top 16 teams after the Super Weekend, and then we will pick the top four teams by Sunday night, after Sunday night, and they will qualify into the split finals directly, and they will leave the rest of the other teams to battle for a top 12 position. And the survival stage will kick off. Three Crown Esports, though, getting caught out in the open there, but I believe Devil can be picked up. That's going to be a hard one, a very hard nut to crack there. They try to close that down, immediately gets punished. It looks like that could be Ragnar, and that would be very, very hurtful. They managed to escape the danger just in the nick of time. I believe Devil can now get picked up. Again, the distance in points between, DS1, Harsh Sports, Pro Athletes. If what's so funny is COB are going to land in boot camp in the next game, bro. That's really what I'm thinking about. These guys are going to go to boot camp in the next game, bro. They are going to go to boot camp in the next game. Well, survival stage is going to be different for them. I'm certain. I'm really certain. The funny thing is, I still feel like these guys are not. I still feel like they're not gonna. They're not going. They're going to make the finals. I don't know why I have that feeling. I really don't know why I have that feeling. But we will see. Survival stage next week. Eyes on the prize. Eyes on the move. Ooh, Three Crown Esports on the there's shift. Ooh. Dark Lights on the front foot. Trap has already decided to cook again for eliminations. Now they have maintained that top spot and they have secured roughly over 60 points. Not too far away though from Tribe Warriors. Hmm. not too far away from Tribe Warriors right now, Dark Knights. Federal goes down to Merrick. And this time he will not be getting picked up. But Unsullied Army will trade one off against Ragnar. And Three Crown Esports also getting a piece of the action in this third-party exercise. But do they want to commit all of their bodies, though? This could be risky. That guy steals it away. Unsullied Army have not been able to catch a break tonight. Oh, there's going to be something interesting here. Yep, that was a dangerous play from Three Crown Esports. But can they commit? Devil trying to circle back, actually get the angle. They do have the numbers to work this out. But Neon Rising also in the vicinity. Three Crown Esports need to be quick and be very smart about this. Quilla will trade off again, gets a split and gets a spray. Devil has to be very careful, almost getting dropped off as well immediately by Layla. And 4864 will hold the lines there. Three Crown Esports will lose one. Quilla with a grenade, perfectly launched over the top, could connect. But it's not enough. He tries again. That one will hurt. And if they can make this work, this could be the opening they're looking for. Merrick trying to get HP levels back up. Three Crown Esports after 7 eliminations here. Unsullied Army still could somehow keep this going. Dream Team have started to add their numbers as well. Danger. Getting stopped. Ooh, this could have been a perfect opportunity for a bait and switch on Kakao. I mean, he's still spraying, bro. There's no way you don't slap him out, man. But that will be the end of Neon Rising, or rather the end of Baby from Neon Rising as he goes out. But they do still have 4 eliminations to the good there. 4864 will not be so lucky. He goes out as well. Three Crown Esports starting to find your rhythm here. Currently trying to get back to winning ways. They did lose Devil in that little exchange. High risk, but equally high reward. Harsh Esports equally trying to do the exact same thing. They still have Prothletes and Lewick and 4 portions still to deal with, sitting in 17th. And it's like 8-8 from AOD. He's trying to make something happen out of there. Closes out. Jay goes for the finish. Roman getting knocked away there. 3 and 4 portions. This could be very, very dangerous for them as well. They're trying to hold this out. Jay is trying to make something happen here. Ace with a grenade over to the other side. Unsullied Army, they will go out. Another grenade over to the side. Ooh, big risk from Tribe Warriors there. Very big risk from Tribe Warriors here. They're trying to utilize this high ground. Well, Three Crown Esports. Yeah. Trying to hold this down. Quilla getting knocked away. Ooh, Dream Team they want this. Dream Team want this. Quilla still knocked away, and they're gonna press forward. But they also have Harsh Esports behind them. Another grenade from Sad. That's a big one. The Merrick gets the first drop. They might go for the finish again. Takes a hit over to the other side, and he will be getting dropped off as well. And 3 Crown Esports down to 1 now. Quilla's the last one left. Can he hold on? Tribe Warriors, they smell blood in the water, and they want a piece of the action as well. Top C is up onto the corners there. And that will be the end. Quilla goes back into the lobby. 3 Crown Esports will go outside. And Dream Team will continue to hold this down. But they only have 2 players left. Touch plays off to the left. Peter's already taking a hit. Tries to hold the grenade. Doesn't connect, unfortunately. Tribe Warriors are starting to add their numbers again. Hershey Sports playing just a little bit too far behind them. Still not been able to add the amount of points they need to get into that top 16. Dream Team trying to get into the top 5. "11 teams up. 24 players alive. Dream Team down to 1. Hershey Sports also far out. If they don't have a vehicle, this is going to be a very expensive price to pay. And Sad actually sends himself back to the lobby. Well, the points will not be going to anyone. And they will secure themselves for eliminations on their way out. Arab T also trying to make something out of it there. Foul play, losing out. Losing down to 1. They will be losing him PlayStation 0 as well. Touch actually taking a hit from Monkey. Reckless 1 HP. PlayStation 4 forced to his death. That's the end. Top C now trying to take a piece of theirs. Gets the first drop, but not this time. Hershey Sports, the thorn in the side of Tribe Warriors. They will be stopped. And now that will push Hershey Sports into the top 16. Both leads are now outside. Top C and the rest of Tribe Warriors have been eliminated. A clear-cut path for Dark Knights to get into the top 1 position. A chicken dinner will do the trick. Demon buying his time. Trying his best not to commit to this, but he's taking a hit. A serious hit. Another grenade could be fatal for him. But Hershey Sports are playing this perfectly. Monkey's trying to bait and switch, but he has to be careful as well. Arab T going out in 8th. Vanguard in a very tricky spot. Demon trying to lock it in, but Vanity on Vanity as well. Monkey's dead. The push from Hershey Sports. Boogie gets dropped off as well. And Dark, it is getting dark, very dark right now for Vanguard. And it doesn't look like this will yield much for them. They're up to 6 now. Monkey's leading the charge. 4 portions also on the right-hand side taking hits. Monkey's trying to hold on, but the play zone is not going to be friendly. She goes down as well. Even on to the other side trying to hold on. Pro League's getting absolutely drizzled on. And Afro Esports also following suit. 4 portions also crumbling down. Dark Knights holding on the lines. Trap with 6 on the block. 8 eliminations. Luick still in the mix here. Up top. Dark Knights doing everything perfectly here. They're closing this down. Hershey Sports somehow still alive, still with a man. And they are trying to close this up with the quickness. Dark Knights looking for the final blow, the final moment. Luick trying his best to apply some of that pressure. HKK is going to be the one that receives the brunt of the force. And they are trying to deal with Trap. And they're trying to close Ronu down. The grenade over to the other side there. Oh, and he runs into the Molotov. And he's taking a major hit, a major risk. Trap's holding it down. All the sprays. Luik go out. Hashi Sports against Dark. And it's a dark day indeed for the Ops. Dark Knights chicken dinner. And it is well deserved. Well executed. And Dark Knights will take the chicken dinner, playing as 3 as well. Wow. Turning up the heat. Dark Knights, Trap, and HKK. The Bubakar 10 eliminations. I believe with that they should be top 1. And Tribe Warriors could have just lost that, that first place position. And that is not something they were expecting to happen to them, I'm pretty sure. But there were a lot of heals in this game, though. With a lot of eliminations. Also a lot of assists. Major assists here for the most part. 43 assists, that's a lot of assists. That is a lot of assists. A lot of teams with a lot of assists. A lot of heals, a lot of assists. A lot of teamwork making the dream work inside of this Miramar game. And you love to absolutely see it. You love to be a part of it. You love everything it stands for. Dark Knights and Harsh is very interesting that these two teams, actually finished in the top draw, owing to the fact that they have some affiliations, but that's just to tell you that Lonte is really him. He knows how to, coach teams and be a part of some special, if you catch my drift. But nonetheless, Trap remains MVP. And that will be signs. There will be signs. When the cooking begins, there will be signs. Doing a lot of damage though. He did a lot of damage, over 1,000 in damage points in the mix as well. Merrick also putting in 1,000. Ronu with 5, Vanity with 3, and Quilla once again is back in the MVP list. Z-Cracks with 3, 400 damage points. So it's a win. It's a big win for 3 Ground Esports. I think they averaged 10 eliminations there. Yes, they did. 10 eliminations, 10 points to the good. Harsh Esports with 14, Dark Knights with 20. And that puts things into a very interesting perspective. Vanguard in 4th place with 9. Luik in 5th place with 8. Afro Esports also in 6th place with 5. 5 as well for Neon Rising. Dream Team, 4 portions, also sharing 4 apiece. Vortex, Bruthleys, DS1, Angels of Death, all with 3 points. 10-11 Ecstasy, Tribe Warriors sharing 2 points. And Arab T, Ragnar, and Unsullied Army with 1 point. Foul Play and COB, no points to the good. And the mountain is getting steeper. The mountain is getting absolutely steeper. But Trap leads the charge now. 20 eliminations and 21 for Top C. And Amar with 3,100. Merrick is also with 3,014 eliminations. Lons is still up there with 10, with 2,800 on the clock, or rather 2,800 in the bag, or the box for Tribe Warriors. So cumulatively, Tribe Warriors still doing a lot of damage, but now they have been tallied by Dark Knight, 76 points to 72. Ecstasy in 3rd with 52. Neon Rising with 46, creeping a little bit closer there into that top 3. AOD Dream Team now tied on points. RT, 3 Ground Esports, Vortex, and Afro Esports occupying what is left of the top 10. Harsh Sports have catapulted themselves into 11th place, Vanguard in 12th and 4 portions, and Ragnar have now overtaken Prothletes. Prothletes outside of the top 16, DS1 as well, COB also outside of the top 16, Unsullied Army sitting at the bottom. And the action continues, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Nigerian Pro League. It is rain split. It's league stage, and we are heading into Sanhok right after the break. By the time we come back, Sanhok action on your screens. Do not go anywhere. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Right back after the break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. It's the Nigerian Pro Leagues, the rain split, and I'm excited. I'm Priest. If you didn't know me before, you know me now. And what a game we just had! Dark Knights turning up the heat, turning up the flames. Can they do more of the same in Sanhok? Sanhok requires a different type of energy, though. Can they bring that energy where we are about to see for ourselves? If they got it like that, do they got it like that? Where we are about to see for ourselves, innit? Unbeknownst to them. Someone said Ragnar 1 point is chicken dinner. Are you for real? Are you for real? Well, but it's so crazy though that Ragnar will win a chicken dinner in this split in this rain, right? They win a chicken dinner, but nothing's gonna go. Are you COB is here, right? COB is in boot camp, right? No way. Did they moved? Did COB move? They moved. And look at where they went. Oh my days. This is going to be interesting. The northern side. Yeah, this is it. Finally, they have done their research. Finally, they have done their research. Now this could work for them, but I think it's on Solid Army and Pro Fleets. Oh, on Solid Army and Pro Fleets, man. Wait, COB, where are they? What are they doing? Where is Zaza going though? Is he circling back? Okay, he's circling back. And I think RFT they could hold the lines there, but that's going to be a very interesting rotation. It's a very good space. A lot of teams in the western side. Dark Knights already on the front. Luxy taking hits. DS1 in trouble. Lilo goes down. Yeah, man. Dark Knights are going to use the power of that chicken dinner to descend on these guys, man. They're going to use the power of the chicken dinner. Merrick already in the front lines there. Beast goes down for Lewick. And this is one for the And this is one for the road. Big one for the road, if you ask me, very big one for the road. But Dark Knights, man, you know, Dark Knights sitting on top. Yeah, you're not beating the allegations, dog. And teamwork makes the dream work. 4 eliminations to the good. Dark Knights come out on top. And they have already started fast. They have already started fast. Neon Rising also have started very fast, and that's a big one. So right now, Ragnar sitting in that spot, DS1 getting stopped again. Unsullied Army putting the screws to Procleats onto that northern side again. Ned goes down to Layla. Ooh, Procleats in trouble now. And 8-8 also going to be turning things around there, but SWAT will have his medicine, gets him knocked away as well. And that's going to be the end of the road for him. What is going on here, though? Wow, a lot of teams in this area. A lot of unanswered questions here, but AOD unfortunately lose two. And Rogue is trying to make a way out of this one. Does he want to commit? Yes, he does, actually. He hops out immediately, tries to get the drop on, and Afro Esports in trouble. Chris to the rescue, swaps to DBS. Nix tries to go on DBS for DBS, but Chris will not be successful. Nix, 1 HP. Grenade immediately trying to close down from SWAT, and will try to pack that one in. Neon Rising have successfully pulled up to the scenario. And final boss about to show some workings here. Foul play, setting your sights now on Dream Team. And things are looking very, very, very diabolical right now. as Ecstasy will be setting your sights on foul play. PlayStation Zero getting pummeled by Amar, and Ecstasy slowly starting to get their levels up. Oh, what a spray! What a spray from Pride Boy. And Final Boss just abandoned him. Okay, well, that was all part of the plan because he had cover fire from that guy. Jojo is also still there for Vortex. Vortex not giving out without a fight. Nick still knocked away, but Jojo pulls up to the scene. He can get the pickup though, and Vortex, this could work out for them. SWAT still knocked away. Pride Boy as well, but Chris has to make the choice here. Will he pick up Pride Boy or will he pick up SWAT? Look at him caught between the two of them. He can't decide. But Pride Boy will be the one to go down. He will lose both, actually. And that's the end for them. He will lose one to Vortex and lose the other to Neon Rising. Neon Rising back to 4. Picking it up at Harudo. Now setting sights onto the guys from COB. Zaza getting knocked away here. Zaza's a victim of circumstance. He loses out. COB once again. Will that kill feed trigger Arab T to do the needful? Vortex somehow keeping their somehow they managed to keep Nyx alive, and that puts things into perspective, you know. Vortex have been doing quite good. They have been doing very good. You know, still in the top 10, not getting drowned out. Ooh, X gets skills knocked away here. Ooh, Baby was hanging out a little bit too long there, but manages to get behind cover just in time. 3 Ground Esports won a piece of the action as well. Not trying to get into any geriatrics. Neon Rising have 5 eliminations so far, and they are putting in a lot of work here. Trying not to get left behind by the likes of Tribe Warriors and Ecstasy, but it doesn't look like they can be caught. But Neon Rising have been quite proactive, you know, in positional awareness. It looks like Vanguard will be setting your sights now on Ragnar. And Vix is also going to be a victim of COB. And Arab T will turn it around. Torrid getting knocked away by Francis there. Vanguard could be in trouble here. Ragnar putting in some of that work. New player as well to bite it through. 22k Boogie gets knocked away here. Ragnar could be turning this around. Vanguard in trouble now. Vanguard in a lot of trouble. They have 2 players knocked away. Ragnar, can they put the pressure on? Naruka getting picked up. And this could be the opening they're looking for. Francis, if he can keep this in. Vanity looking for a way through. Can hear the opposition trying to find a way inside. He does pop a utility, a Molotov over to the left-hand side. And here comes Vanity again. New player with a good angle here. He has a little bit of a cover to work with. Jojo does get the finish on Devil there. 3 Crown Esports in trouble, getting picked apart. There's a lot of chaos in that side as well. New player Noruka and Francis. And that guy tries his best to close this down. And immediately gets punished by 4 portions. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, there's more. There's more to be done here. The 3 Crown Esports could be the ones doing it. Still up to one there to the side. Archie Sports here trying to close this down. 911 with a grenade. Francis takes a hit. New player trying to circle back again. Three Crown Esports have been eliminated. Grenades getting charged up here. Ooh, take a look at that. The zone moves over to the western side. Ecstasy are going to love this. They are gonna love this one. In front of the hose again. Let's trying to pack it in. Francis takes a hit. Again, I don't know how they run. Oh, yeah. One grenade was always going to connect, and 911 is the one that answers the call. Hanashi Sports setting the sights here. Vanguard go out. Vanity as well. Izanagi with the finish. Vanguard go out, but they do get 3 eliminations to the good. Again, I don't know how Ragnar did not capitalize on these guys. I don't know how they did not make it happen. I felt they could have. I honestly felt they could have made something happen out of this. And, ooh, Ecstasy against Tribe Warriors. Well, that's one. Amar immediately licking his lips there. Wow. Whoa, my. Whoa. Touch me. Pause. But what a spray. Bego. Yeah, touch me really said everybody will feel it. And Bego really felt it, bruh. That was a straight one to the skull. Bego gets dropped. 5 limbs for Amar. I mean, at this point, you know, really, uncomfortable conversations will be had. Uncomfortable conversations will be had, but what a spray that was. Beko getting absolutely clapped up. But he does have more opportunities to circle this back. He has been picked up. He has been warned. Tri Warriors have lost 2. This could be an opportunity for Ecstasy to catch up. But Dark Knights have already added 4. Are Dark Knights going to do 100 points? I don't think so. I don't think they can, right? Right? I don't think they can, right? A little bit of time, a little bit of warnings. Looks like well, I spoke. Looks like hopefully soon. But looks like Dark Knights are. Yeah, Dark Knights are feeling it right now. They are feeling it. They will lose 1 though, but that will be enough. Ecstasy are really loving this position. And Trap is trying to trap the ops here. They have found a good spot. PlayStation 4 from foul play, the last man left for them. I don't know if they know that he's here. Well, it looks like Unsullied Army will have a player drown out. What? Unsullied Army all dead? How? How did that happen? They had a clear rotational path, right? From her thin. From last I checked on the map. from that northern side. Unsolid Army had a very clear path, uncontested path into that northern side to hold the lines there. That was the rotation I saw, right? How did they get eliminated in zone three? Like what is going on there? How is somebody drowning? Did they use the water and not the bridge? Well, everyone will feel it. Four portions now getting pummeled. Do they know that glass guy from foul play is there though? Do they know he's there? Well, looks like COB could have something brewing here. Progs has to be very careful though. Grenade. Ooh! Well, that grenade could turn things around here. Arab T on the other side. Vix was actually knocked away. And COB are going to try to get out of dodge here. Oh, this becomes that, but immediately they felt it immediately, and that will be COB shutting the door on Vortex immediately. Yeah, they pounced on that one, man. That's the type of stuff that's the type of stuff Vortex. I'm sorry, that's the type of stuff COB are gonna love, man. They pounced on that one straight up. And I think they should be able to get the numbers in. I think they should also be able to get the teammate back up. Atarudo has to be very careful. They're almost getting swept up in all of the chaos. Yo, Reckless spotted by Danny Brown instantaneously gets punished, but can't get flushed. Fortunately for them, they have a very good sight line, and I think they do have a path into the play zone. So that could be fortunate for them. I think they can make a rotation, and they need to make it quick. Progs goes down to the blue zone. Unfortunately, COB will be down to 1. And Lewick as well will be losing out. Go out. Foul play and 4 portions. Seeing how she's losing out to 1. Wait, XSC lost the player? When? Who? Who did they lose? Was it Trader? Was it Trader or Amar? Because in this type of map, they would lose Traitor or Amar. In this Sanhok, that is the type of player they would lose. Trader or Amar. Bego is very difficult to eliminate Bego in the Sanhok game. I need to be sure who is in the mix here, but it's a big shift though. Unsullied Army still have Federal, the last one left for. Oh, so Unsullied Army were using a boat. Is that what happened to them? They were using a boat for real? Why? What would require that? Oh, trap almost getting discovered there. It looks like Dream Team want this, and it looks like they will commit to this. Grenade's about to fly in. I mean, I would he tossed the grenade in. Oh, will allow Trap to keep the pressure on. Afro Esports will also take a hit. Molotov will keep Dream Team at bay here. Dream Team against Dark Knights. This is a defining moment. I believe whoever comes out on top here could potentially win the chicken dinner. I believe whoever comes out on top here. Federal with a grenade of sorts, and Storm gets knocked away. AOD still has J. But Surgery will be there at the helm. Cuts him down. Can his teammates be there to close it off? Storm into the corner as well. Tries to pack it in. You know me with the DBS. Tries to lock that one down. Ace with the finish. Non-solid only go out with 5. Now tries to go for it. Dream Team in trouble now. They will take another one and 2 for you know me. You know me. Gets the angle perfectly. Sad to the corner as well. Immediately tries to circle back, but Sad will not escape the danger. And Dark Knights are creeping up. They are creeping up. Like I said, whoever came out on top here was most likely going to win the chicken dinner. Looks like Dark Knights have everything unlocked. Don't forget, Foul Play have a player inside of Camp Alpha that hasn't succumbed to the zone. And I'm pretty sure, they don't know. COB somehow have made it inside, and Danny Brown will be sent back into the lobby as well. COB putting ecstasy, punishing them for all those days in boot camp, for all those nightmares, reckless, getting dropped off as well by X. And things are about to get very interesting now. Grenades are about to fly out. X has to be very careful, but he didn't learn. He did not learn. He stuck around the window a little bit too long. Bego had his number dialed it in, and that will be good night for him. And Tarudu for Arab T takes a hit, and he will fall. Trader goes down as well. Bego is going to be the last man left for Ecstasy. Foul Play still have a man in charge, and they still have a man inside. 4 portion as well. Underneath all of this chaos, they could snatch this one away. But Dark Knights have the percentages in their advantage. General looking for a way to siphon this out. And Dark Knights have occupied the entirety of the play zone. And all they have to do is keep the rest of these teams at bay. Bego has a interesting sightline here. If he can get Trap knocked away, that is the one that could get the job done. But Trap continues to move. He continues to move. He continues to move around, and the bullets have started to fly now. Their attention has been drawn away towards the guys from 4 portions. Roman and El Chapo have decided to get inside of the zone. They did have a vehicle on site, trying to circle it back as well, trying to hold on. But Bego, I believe, may have been spotted, but I spoke too soon. He is not. Will he be able to get his HP heal in time? No, he will not. Bego will go down to the zone, and that will be the end for Ecstasy. And now 4 portions. Zone led to a Chapo. Trap is there again. Potential for a back-to-back here for Dark Knight. Is still a man for Foul Play. Have to turn this around. El Chapo spotted, and that will be good night. Dark Knights back-to-back chicken dinner. So many teams. And that will be the game. Dark Knights will take the chicken dinner once again. We've seen Tribe Warriors do it, and now Dark Knights will do it as well. What a game this turned out to be. What a game this turned out to be. What a finish. Dark Knights yet again not stopping the clock. They're absolutely running away with it this time around. Abubakar did manage only 1 elimination, but Trap was there with 4. Su Lee was there with 4 as well. General was there with 2. And the guys from Dark Knights are just running away with it now. They're going even farther. And someone asked in the poll, could Dark Knights get 100 points? And it looks like they might. 70 eliminations, a lot of bodies here. 28 assists, not enough assists. Too many bodies in a cut. Dark Knights, in all of their chaos, they did not do more damage than Ecstasy. And that is to tell you how crazy Ecstasy's performance in this particular map was. But unfortunately, Ecstasy, have they even gotten a chicken dinner in the entirety of this stage of this tournament? Ecstasy, have they gotten a chicken dinner? Like in this week? That's what I mean. I know they did get a chicken dinner the first week of the league stages, them Three Crown Esports and Tribe Warriors. But Amar is the MVP this time around and not Trap. Amar was putting in that work, he was putting in those hours, he was putting in a shift, and it paid off. He's back in the running for MVP for this week. And there is pretty sure he would love this if he can put something around it. But he does finish quite nicely. Jojo for Vortex in the mix. Vortex actually did have a great game. Yeah, Vortex did have a great game. 5 eliminations for Jojo, 4 for Su Lee as well. 700 to the clock, and take a look at that. Ecstasy with 1421 for the Dark Knights. And 4 potions also in the mix there with 8. RFT with 7. Neon Rising with 6. Hershey Sports with 6. Vortex also with 6. Club of Bowlers with 6. Foul Play with 6. An Unsullied Army with 5. Tribe Warriors with 3. Afro Esports also with 3. Vanguard with 3. Three Crown Esports also with 3. Dream Team with 2. And Ragnar with 1. Luik also with 1. Trap still leading the charge here. 24 eliminations, 4,400. But Amar is catching up quite nicely. We are going to the last game. Amar has to do something special to come out on top as MVP in this last game. Top C also in the mix there with 21, but he pales in comparison to the damage that these other 2 players have dealt so far. Merrick also in the mix there with 50, but 97 points for Dark Knights. Yeah, 3 points away from 100. Again, last week it was Tribe Warriors, Ecstasy, and Three Crown Esports doing, I believe, triple digits. But now only one team is going to do it. Tribe Warriors will not do it. Tribe Warriors is not going to get 25 points in the last game, not with the way they've been playing tonight. Ecstasy, yeah, that ain't happening, dog. Neon Rising, same thing. RMT, same thing. Dream Team, they've been very inconsistent since their chicken dinner. Again, it is very, very questionable, but I believe with that, Super Weekend is sure for them. Now, if you take a look at 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th, COB is 6 points away from Super Weekend. Let that sink in. Ragnar is the only team on the right side here with a chicken dinner, and they are currently sitting in 16th. Protheles also there with 2 points behind them. DS1 need 6 points. COB also needs 6 points. Again, all of these teams, they cannot afford to get dropped out. COB, they need to leave military base, man. I really hope the playing path doesn't go to military base, man. I really hope it doesn't. I really hope that's not going to be the case, for these guys. But regardless, what a performance. COB finally, a little bit of a highlight reel for them. Hopefully they will take that momentum into this last game and get into the Super Weekend. But ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't stop now. 3 games down, 1 more to go. We're going to close out with Erangel, so do not touch that dial. We'll be right back after the break for game number 4. fired up. Ladies and gentlemen, the NPL is back. Bigger, badder, stronger. It's a rain split. 20 teams in the cut. Who is going to make it out? Who's going to make it into the Super Weekend? For me, that is what is more. That is what is more important right now. You know, that is really what's important right now. If Dark Knights can get 100 points, I mean, that is just better. It's just better. It is just a better performance overall from Dark Knights. Can they do it though? Can they? Can they turn this around? Well, we are about to see. We are about to witness it. And that is one for the books. COB. Oh, COB. Yes. That is what I'm talking about. COB. Better. That is much better from COB right now. Yes. Trust. That is much better. They have learned, but is it too late? Well, I don't think it's too late for a super weekend, though. I think what? How many points do they need? 10? I think a chicken dinner still very much in the mix here. Not even necessarily a chicken dinner, like five and limbs, a top four. Five and limbs, a top four. Easy. Easy peasy. Easy peasy for them. Wow, Dark Knights. Already. Already. Well, Aquila is not going to take that one lying down, I'll tell you that. Yeah, so are they going to put an end to Dark Knight's tyranny, though? Because Dark Knights have already gotten one more elimination, and it is barbecue chicken. But Trap has to do something about this now, trying to circle inside. Prothlete's getting absolutely knifed up. And Toxic goes down as well. Three Crown Esports will be putting in the knife again. Trap is going for the push. Could be a bad idea for him. And he does get a drop on him. And that will be 100 points. And Trap just saying goodnight. 100 points. Trying to knife him up. Three Crown Esports getting pummeled. Prothletes also getting pummeled. And Prothletes will go out. 17th, they will not play in the Super Weekend. An opportunity now for DS1, COB, and Unsullied Army to turn things around, to get into 17 points. Snatch something away from Ragnar. And Aquila does get a drop onto the side, but unfortunately will not yield much. Did manage to get a drop on HWK, but 3 Crown Esports will go out. And their crates will... But imagine a scene, right, where you win a chicken dinner and you don't play in the Super Weekend. Isn't that diabolical? Ragnar. It would be very diabolical for them, though, if they don't make the Super Weekend, because they are the only team from 10th place to 20th place that have a chicken dinner, and they still and I really thought they were a team that had already picked up on a lot of things here. I really thought they had picked up on a lot of things here. Learned something, and they were moving based on the things they had already learned. DS1 playing as 3. I mean, DS1, they can still do it, though. They can still make something happen here, man. They can still do it. They absolutely can. But it really boils down to if Ragnar can hold on. Because if Ragnar get eliminated early, this is going to be the worst couple of minutes they will, hold on to make sure. Pretty sure they'll come to the stream and start hate watching DS1 COB. Unsullied Army would do something special if they somehow get 12 points out of this game. No, Arab T in Pachinki. Okay, okay. Well, the playing path did not allow for a Yasnaya drop, so Ecstasy is also here. And Danny Brown is AFK. Oh, this is not something he expected. It is not something he planned either. RT, for the most part, have played this entire week as a three-man. They have missed Ninja. Unfortunately, he's not been available. Ragnar. Ragnar are in the vicinity as well. Wait a minute. Ragnar is in Pachinki? And they're in a split? Oh, yeah, this is a recipe for something nasty. It is a recipe for something nasty. I'm sure RT can hear the commotion there. Reckless. He's gonna hightail it, get out of dodge. Someone says 3C down 4 needs to be studied. You guys don't even know what 3C are trying to do here. They want to play survival stage. That's what they want to do. They want to go to survival stage and drop 250 points. That is what they want to do. They want to go to survival stage and drop. Oh no. I mean, if you're gonna shoot, you can't miss. Amar is already pressing him on. If you're gonna shoot, you can't miss, dog. You can't miss. And he tried to heal? Oh my goodness. Ooh. Why do you try to heal when you know that the person that you knocked, that you try to shoot, is still actively chasing you down? And you had a shotgun. Crazy. Well, Ragnar have lost one. The skills will pack it in as well. Arab T will lose one as well. Oh, wow. A spray and a half. Arab T in trouble now. I still have a feeling that someone from Ecstasy is gonna get sent back into the lobby here. An unsuspecting player. Someone is gonna get caught out here. Oh. Yeah. I mean, this would have been a perfect opportunity for Ragnar to get a piece of this action. But no, the DBS from Trader will shut it down. This would have been a perfect opportunity for Ecstasy. Perfect opportunity for Ragnar to get a piece of the action here, but it is what it is. Well, Vortex on the proactive lunge here. Is Ragnar still here? Yes, they are, but a little bit farther. A bit farther. Still very much hit. in a threatening position. Torrid can't seem to hold on. Vanilla is also taking a hit. 22k Boogie is also taking a hit. Vortex packing them up, and Torrid will be burned alive. Vortex will shut the door on Vanguard. Now, 4 portions Luick. They can knock Vanguard all the way down to 15th. I don't think Ragnar can do 9 points, to put Vanguard in 16th place. So, Well, 8-8 is active. Again, this is AOD. They usually turn up in the last game of the day when the pressure is off, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case today, though. COB, I mean, they're playing around Primorsk. Just making a little bit of a closer rotation here. 2 players from Afro Esports knocked away. It's Chris. Now AOD, do they want to commit? Jay continues to apply some more pressure there. Afro Esports, do they want to commit to this, though? Swartz gets picked up. And can Chris get picked up as well? Oop, here comes Azrael. Does he run him over? No, he doesn't. Things are about to get very interesting there for AOD, though. AOD gets circled back in. Chris is still knocked away, though. Chris is still very much in danger. Hasn't gotten picked up again. Azrael trying to take the 1v1 against Neil. He does take a couple of shots there, but it's the DBS. And he might have to crack this one up. Is he going to climb the stairs? That wouldn't be ideal for him, though. He had the Molotov to close down, but Afro Esports is there to crack it in. But no, Azrael will shut it down, and Afro Esports will lose out. AOD now on the front foot. They have more numbers. A little bit of a packing shop here coming through. Proud Boy trying to close this down. And SWAT trying to hold down more lines as well. They can make something happen out of here now. They're trading blow for blow, aura for aura. Bison against M4. Proud Boy trying to make this in, but he's immediately caught out the window there by Azrael, and SWAT is going to be the last one left. And AOD will keep the pressure on. Afro Esports, they did get 4 eliminations, but they are taking hits. And AOD will keep their numbers up to full strength now. I'm pretty sure I know that last guy from Afro Esports ain't gonna let this one slide. He's probably still gonna want to do something. Maybe still gonna want to do something about that. Neon Rising, on the other hand, started to add the numbers. Wizard has been a victim. Dream Team trying to close the gap on them. And it will add a couple more. Storm has been knocked away. Peter has been sent back into the lobby. Neon Rising, do they want to commit? It looks like they do. Wizard, will he be getting picked up? He will not. He immediately getting stomped on, but he actually does get picked up. But this time he will not be so lucky. Final boss in a 1v2. Sways to the left and right, trying to bait and switch into the side there. But no, not this time. Neon Rising stopped dead in their tracks. And Dream Team finally come out on top. I mean, this is Dream Team's position. They love this area. I've seen them eliminate a lot of teams inside of this area. I've seen them do it. I told you that this guy from Afro Esports was never gonna let this go. He was never gonna let this go, man. Yeah, but Azrael gotta be careful, dog. He gotta be careful. This guy will lobby him if he makes a mistake. If he makes a mistake, man. But 8-8 is there to close the gap. Again, like I said, these guys, they just love to play solid in the last game when the pressure is very low. When the pressure is very, very low. This is what they love. The last game of the day when everybody's slow. Oh, Tribe Warriors and COB locking. Oh, no. That is the worst thing to happen here. But they're getting run over. What is going on? Lance is there. X gets dropped away, and that will be the end. COB will not go to the Super Weekend. They will play in the survival stage, though. And that is unfortunate for COB. They really tried in surgery and touch. Got knocked away, though, but Lance was there to close it down. But survival stage, We'll have something interesting. And now Ecstasy and Vortex. What is this relationship? It is so toxic. These two teams always, if it's not Yasnaya, if it's not Yasnaya, it's some. Well, Trader is not lucky enough. Yeah, he's not beating the allegations here. Trader is not gonna get picked up. He's not gonna get picked up, right? There's no way he gets picked up here, you know? Well, Nyx is gonna get sent back into the lobby, so I think that will give them a little bit of breathing room. Vortex, I don't think they want to commit to this though. I think Bego is there to suppress the pressure, and I think this will allow them to eat this up. 5 eliminations to the good for Ecstasy, and I think they will be getting their numbers up again. Play zone moves into the south eastern side. Yeah, Mar hits a boogie there. Rogue goes down, gets flushed as well. Lee taking more shot. Yeah, that guy is gonna flush Bego one time, man. He's going to flush him if he's not careful. A little bit more pressure from Amar here. Lee's probably gonna have something to do about this one. Grenade already in hand, trying to close the pressure as well. Woo! That is a very good grenade. But Amar's probably gonna have something to retaliate with. I'm gonna try to lob one over to the side as well. Amar trying to close down, but Danny Brown will come out on top. And the Vortex will be going back into the lobby at the behest of Ecstasy. 8 eliminations for Ecstasy now. Wait, is Ecstasy trying to do like 100 points as well? Because they're very close to catching up to Tribe Warriors. They have been denied chicken dinner after chicken dinner, though. Unsullied Army also trying to make their way through here. A very good zone for them. DS1 as well. The user has all the thoughts and prayers here. Well, looks like AOD's day of reckoning is here. Dream Team as well, putting the screws to Tribe. Warriors, well, Lance goes down as well. Trader will take a hit as well from A8. AOD feeling it, they're feeling it. Trap as well. Dark Knight, yeah, man. I mean, what? AOD go out as well to Danny Brown with the final hit. Yeah, they will not succeed. But take a look at that. 4 portions. 4 portions in that eastern side. And this could be the best game they would ever have. Hmm. 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 Everyone will feel it. 11 eliminations for ecstasy. Can they cross the bridge? I think they can, right? Well, it's Dark Knights on the bridge, man. Yeah, I don't think he's getting picked up, man. Yeah, I don't think Trader's getting picked up. Oh, wow. You know me actually gets a drop on Trader. Trader gets knocked away. Wait a minute. Danny Brown is actually getting picked up, though. And Trader has been knocked away, but Bego, I believe, can keep up some of that pressure. Oh, this is going to be a nasty push. If Dark Knights will get a knock here, this is going to be something unfortunate. Amar and Danny Brown, one nade, one blow, 7 apples right now. Amar goes down. Dark Knights, what is they on? What is they on? And Trap is going to chase Bego out of there. Imagine Beko getting chased away, bruh. Dark Knights as a 2-man, still diabolical, still criminal. And Danny Brown will succumb to his injury. Beko is getting chased down. This could be theirs. TS1. Ooh, El Chapo is taking hits as well. Touch with a drop. Doesn't look like he'll be getting picked up, though. It's too far out, but the smokes are coming in handy. Do they want to commit? Touch. I think they want to commit. Oh, this is going to be an interesting cut here. They do have a BR, a little bit of protection with that push, though. This could work for them. Grenades are the only answers here. Grenades are the only answers. El Chapo is getting picked up. They're trying to get the angles right. Top C's already leading the charge. Tribe Warriors trying to close this down. Trap, a victim of circumstance. But you know me, we shut it down, and that will be the end for Ecstasy. And Dark Knights again, 9 eliminations. Well, here they go. It's been knocked away, but it looks like Ragnar is also in trouble. Another grenade from Top C cuts that one out. 4 portions. Trouble. El Chapo's taking another hit. He gets blown away by Top C. And that's an off angle. Top C immediately punished. He tries to lock that one down. Ace. Top C doing an amazing job of trying to stay alive there, but Ragnar having eliminated another one to buy the dust. Tribe Warriors will go out. 4 portions will put them out. And now the game is up for DS1, but the zone has started to clear them out. Ragnar have been eliminated here. Foul play now on the receiving end. Luik trying to close them down. 8 teams alive, 24 players in the cut. More pressure from Luik. Reza's trying to close them down. First elimination. User's the one that gets it done with it. Bison. And foul play go out. 3 eliminations now going to Luik. They're forced out of the lobby. And Dark Knights continue with the pressure. They continue to deal damage here. DS1 down to 1. It is Luxian. He's outside the blue zone. He has been spotted. It is all theirs now. Unsullied Army inside of the blue zone. And Sad gets knocked away here. Unsullied Army, they do something onto the other side. A couple more pressure onto the other side. They're trying to keep them at bay. But Dream Team need to find a way into the zone here. Unsullied Army have the zone. And they have a plan here. They want to keep everyone at bay. Unsullied Army, if they can do something as high as 7 points, they could turn this around. A super weekend for Unsullied Army is something short of miraculous. And Layla almost getting knocked away there by Ja. Dream Team, they have only 1 player left. And he does have someone in his opposition in the back end there. Looks like it's Dark Knights. Tries to spray and pray and hopes his prayers get answers, but Unsullied Army will tear that one immediately as well. You know me. Falls to the side. And Unsullied Army may be getting themselves another elimination here. They will. But now the play zone is about to force them out into the open. Dream Team trying to hold this down. Trap plays off to the left-hand side. Lewick up in front. A big game, a very big game here for Unsullied Army. They have all of their players alive. But Hashi Sports playing off onto that right-hand side. Dream Team trying to make something happen out of this mess. And Sicario will put the final nail in the coffin for Dark Knights. Trap goes out. Into the top 6 we go. Dark Knights are fighting. Some fighting words here. Layla up in front in the zone. Lewick now making their advance. And John needs to be very careful. Reza's on the other side. More pressure being mounted. Unsullied Army in a very, very conspicuous split. Jar still very much in the mix. They are trying to hold this down. Lewick trying to breach. This could be a big deciding moment for Unsullied Army. If they can deal with Lewick, their chances could get a little better. Ronu goes down. Unsullied Army have added yet another. And Sicario goes down to Layla. Lewick in trouble now. Unsullied Army could take this down. And Layla tries to get the bait and switch. Dream Team trying to hold this down. Jar sends a couple more shots, but he can't seem to find his way through. He has been spotted. 48-64 with the grenade. Over to the side again. If he launches it perfectly, this could be an opening. Unsullied Army again. Oh, what an aid. 48-64 shuts it down. 5 eliminations for Unsullied Army. And they may just turn this on its head. We're down to 5. Unsullied Army may just snatch the Super Weekend out of Ragnar's hands. Lewick on the pressure. Romance getting caught out. DS1 eliminated. They will not get the job done. Lewick on the front foot. Reza's in the corner. Unsullied Army will not stop. They cannot stop. More pressure. Another grenade. Left-hand side getting absolutely bombarded. User tries to back in the Hashi Sports. And now they're trying to hold on. Unsullied Army getting absolutely close here. And they have to keep the pressure off. But Unsullied Army losing out one after the other. Hashi Sports and Lewick trying to take one after the other, trying to bounce it off the sides here. And Federal could be in a dangerous spot. They lose 1 and they lose 2. But the play zone does not favor them at all. Lewick trying to make their way through and make their way in. Unsullied Army have lost 1. Will they lose another? The play zone forcing all of these teams out into the open. This could be a big deciding moment if Hashi Sports start to make their move. And here comes Monkey now trying to circle back. She does have a clear path into the zone. Hashi Sports could be the ones to get this done. And Lewick again gets Monkey. The clear path is blocked. Long plays here, very long. Unsullied Army have made the move and they are in the zone and they've got 3 players in the cut. Unsullied Army. The beast is spotted. He might be getting dropped off. He does get dropped off by Layla. Unsullied Army still holding it down. Users trying to make a run for it into the open. Surely he's been spotted. And another tendency on the side, 911. The emergency player shuts it down again, tries to lock it in. The DBS tries to circle back again. Hashi Sports, could they be the ones to put the final nail in the coffin against the guys from Hashi Sports? Molotov cocktail tossed over the top side, and they're trying to hold this down. More pressure again. Federal, more pressure again. Over to the left-hand side. Reza spotted and immediately goes to ground. Unsullied Army, 7 eliminations and a top 2 finish. A chicken dinner now. They may have just done it. They may have just punched away into the chicken dinner, into the Super Weekend. 17 points to close it down. Another grenade, toss 2 to the other side, but no. 48-64, 911. Will he be the one to put the pressure on? The DBS, another grenade, over to the right-hand side. 911 again. This time again gets the drop to the left-hand side, but not this time. Not this time. Harsh Esports will take the chicken dinner from Unsullied Army. What a finish. Did they do enough? Did they snatch the chicken dinner? Did they snatch the Super Weekend out of Ragnar's hands? Whoa, my word. Talk about Last game jitters. Hershey Sports coming in clutch in the final game. 9 eliminations, 9-1-1. Someone call the police. There's an emergency. And Hershey Sports may have just been the ones that did it. Izanagi picking cotton with Ron, who was there. But Monkey, they may have just done it. 81 on the clock, 8100 heals, 74 eliminations. A lot of bodies caught here. Too many bodies caught in the open. And this could be the one. This could be the game that gets it all done. Wow. This could be the game that gets it all done. Ladies and gentlemen, what a finish. What a finish to the game. What a finish. I mean, Hershey Sports putting in that work, putting in major work. Major work, if you ask me. What a big game this was. Hershey Sports 9-1-1, the player of the game, the player of the day. And it is one for the books, one for the history books, if you ask me. But what a performance. Almost doing 1,000 damage points, man. But 9-1-1 was in front. Danny Brown makes his way into the MVP list as well with 5 eliminations, 500 plus damage points on the mix here. And Luik is trying to get a player in, and they did get user in the cut as well. Amar with 4 and Dark Su Lee with 5 elimination. 5 elims and 199 damage. I know what you are, bruh. I know what you are. 5 elims, 199 damage. I know what you are. I absolutely know what you are. Could work out though, but Hershey Sports 19, Unsullied Army 13. 13 points. I don't think they did enough. I'm not sure they did, right? I'm not sure they did enough, but Ecstasy with 11, Dark Knights with 10, Dream Team with 8, 4 Potions with 7, Tribe Warriors with 6, Afro Esports with 4, Vortex with 4 as well, Angels of Death also with 4, DS1 with 3, The Crown Esports with 2, Neon Rising with 1, Foul Play with 1, RFT Vanguard, Ragnar, Pro Athletes, and Club of Bowlers, no points on the board. Trap is your MVP, ladies and gentlemen, finishing the week strong. 27 eliminations. Amar with 24 did a little bit more damage than him, and they are trying to lock it in as well. But that could be a game changer. Top C also finishing in the top echelons, 22 eliminations as well to close things down. And Merrick also in there with 15, Lons with 13 as well, trying to hold this down again to back it up, and that will be one for the good. 107 for Dark Knights, Tribe Warriors with 81, Ecstasy with 77, Neon Rising with 53, Harsh Esports with 50, Dream Team also inside of the top 6 with 47, AOD with 42, Arab T with 41, Vortex with 41 as well, 3 Crown Esports with 37. They maintain the top 10. And take a look at that, Unsullied Army, 2 points into the Super Weekend. My goodness, 2 points. Unsullied Army qualify to the Super Weekend ahead of Ragnar. They snatch it away. And this is cinema. Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. Unsullied Army doing it in the final game. In the final game, man. Unsullied Army coming in clutch. Final game, 4 games. They qualify for the Super Weekend. My goodness, what a finish. What an absolute banger of a game we just witnessed. What a banger. I mean, are you not entertained? Unsullied Army. Entertainment. Entertainment. And that's what we love to see, ladies and gentlemen. Unsullied Army. Big finish. Qualifying to the Super Weekend in the final game. 4 matches played. There are teams that played 8 matches that did not qualify. I won't call no names. But Unsullied Army did it in 4. That is to show you. Yes, they got it like that. And what a performance that was. Ladies and gentlemen, the show must go on, and it will go on. The NPL the league stage has come to an end. And now we look forward to the Super Weekend. Congratulations to the top 16 teams that have made it into the Super Weekend. They will add some more points to the books in there as well. Ladies and gentlemen, after next week is survival stage. The remnants of the Super Weekend will all gather together in survival stage and see how well they will perform. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for tuning in. It has been an amazing journey so far of the league stages, and now we are going to go into the last Super Weekend this weekend to get the top 4 teams that will qualify straight into the split finals. So do not touch that dial. The action continues. Big shout out to Monster Energy and 1080 and Carbon Finance for bringing you the NPL. And let's not forget production from Wiser. Love you guys so much. We'll see you Super Weekend at the end of the week. Till then, peace.